Hello, everyone, and welcome, Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro with the Hall of Famer Brian Westbrook. It's self-scout time, presented by Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged, and the Eagles in the thick of it in the NFC East, right?
2 wins in a
Long
row.
season, right?
It's all about what have you done for me lately. The Eagles have won 2 in a row. That's the most important thing. Good win at home. A lot of good things happen. We saw the offense start fast. That's what we've been waiting to see all season long. You know, big shout out today to Darren Sproles. I've been a fan of his for a long time. I appreciate the fact that he's battled back. Good to see him on the field. Good to see that he was able to get into the end zone.
Does this Eagles offense, Brian, does it look different to you than it did 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Definitely does. And it starts up front. And we always talk about winning in the trenches. The offensive line has showed that playing together, consistently having some continuity, their ability to protect Carson Wentz in the game has been impressive. No sacks yesterday. That's where it starts. I think Carson was able to spread the ball around to a lot of different guys, and they established the run early and often, and Doug was committed to it. They even did a couple things that I thought was important. They got Carson underneath the center, put Josh Adams at the top of the eye, put Corey Clement at the top of the eye, and were able to run the ball physically. That was impressive last night.
So there are a lot of things to unpack here. It was not perfect by any means for the Eagles. 2 opportunities inside Washington's 5-yard line on Monday night. Eagles come away with 0 points. Stuffed on 4th down, a Josh Adams run, which was not a great play. And then an interception at the goal line. Wentz trying to get it to Alshon Jeffrey, picked off. But for the most part, Brian, what I saw was an offense that went up and down the field that really, for the first time, dictated to a defense from start to finish.
Well, they dictated because they kept the defense off balance. The defense didn't understand whether it was going to be a run or a pass. They didn't know if it was going to be inside run versus an outside run. And when you have guys, a bunch of different guys on the offense, not just Zach Ertz, but you have a bunch of different guys catching the football well, getting open, and Carson Wentz just finding different guys. Now the defense has to cover their entire width of the football field. We saw a different type of offense. Of course, you have some things to fix, but that's really a coach's dream. You want to win the football game and then be able to turn on the tape and say, guys, at practice, we have some things to fix. Let's go out there and get it done.
And the Eagles, as you say, opening the game, a 12-play, 75-yard drive, a touchdown in the first quarter for the Eagles, a team that's only scored 21 points prior to last night in the first quarter. It made a difference. And even though Washington took a brief lead, you just got the sense that the Eagles' offense was just going to keep coming. Let's talk about the rotation in the backfield. 20 more carries for Josh Adams, 85 yards. Corey Clement looks like he's got his juice back after battling that quad injury. And then Darren Sproles worked into the mix, 14-yard touchdown run. Is this what we're going to see here, Brian? Down the stretch, 4 games to go, a 3-man backfield.
I think that's what you have to see. That's what's working. You talk about Josh Adams. He's gotten better with more consistent ability to run the football. He knows he's going to get 15 to 20 carries. What you've seen out of Josh is great patience, great explosion through the hole. And he has pretty good vision, so you see him with the ability to get outside on some of his runs. Did a great job. I think Corey Clement in a reserve role, more of a scat back, use him in the screen game perfectly yesterday, does a great job with that. And then hand the ball off to him consistently over time. He continues to excel. And I think as time goes for Darren Sproles, he'll get more involved in the offense, some different type of things. Again, you're keeping the defense off balance. That's the most important thing.
And in the pass game, when you've got the run, they've got to respect that, so they're not teeing off in the pass rush. The front did a great job against a very good Washington 7-man front. They are very good. You didn't hear a thing from Ryan Kerrigan all night. Eagles did an excellent job. And Carson Wentz moving the football around, getting Golden Tate involved. 7 targets, 7 completions, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. And we saw for the first time the yards after the catch element. He looked a lot faster on Monday night, didn't he?
He looked a lot faster because he was finally comfortable. And as a player, you want to continue to be comfortable and get comfortable as quickly as you can so that you can go out there and play the game that you want to play, the game that comes natural to you. Finally, Golden Tate looks comfortable in the offense. He understands it much better. And Carson Wentz at this point understands, I'm going to throw it to this point, and I know my receiver, Golden Tate, who can get those yards after the catch, will be there. A great showing for both of those guys.
If you can establish Tate, Aguilar, and Jeffrey on the outside, you know you've got Zach Ertz and Goddard inside. 9 more catches for Zach Ertz breaks your record, Brian. You're no longer the single-season receptions record holder.
When you watch Zach Ertz over his career, 70 catches, 75, you see him getting better every single year. I've kind of watched him quietly continue to get better, building that continuity with Carson Wentz. And he's getting open this year in different ways than he has in the past. He's finding a way to push the receiver, the defender off, using his elbow just a little bit, bettering tricks and tools to his game. He's great against zone defenses. He's improved against man-to-man. It's just hard to stop Zach Ertz. I'm proud of him and happy for him, for sure.
How does it feel to have a record broken?
It feels good that it lasted this long, especially in the day and age where you want to pass the football an awful lot. It always feels good to be mentioned in the top of something, but when you see your record broken, you're still a little heartbroken yourself. But if anybody was going to break it, I'm glad it's Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz having a tremendous season, 17 catches away from tying the all-time NFL record for tight end receptions in a single season. Tony Gonzalez holds that record. Incredible performance from Zach Ertz this season. Now, that said, there were some problems with this Eagles offense. The red zone trips, not productive. Carson, while he was good, wasn't great, missed some open receivers. These are things that are going to have to be cleaned up going into Dallas against a much better football team in the Cowboys.
We can play much better. We scored a lot of points yesterday, but we can play better. Those are the things that you work on during the week. I know Carson is hard on himself. He's going to say, I want to make every throw. I want to complete 80% of my passes instead of 69. He wants to be better. This week is pivotal for this football team. When you listen to Doug after the game, he said the guys came to work every single day. They wanted to improve, and they got better. It showed on the football field offensively. I expect them to allow that ball to continue to roll down the hill. That momentum of winning 2 in a row is important to this football team. I expect a better offensive showing in Dallas next week.
Yeah, there is a spark with this Eagles offense. Hopefully it carries into Dallas for what is a first-place showdown in the NFC East, and that's what we want. Big games in December. We want this Eagles team peaking down the stretch. Thank you for joining us on Self Scout. Brian Westbrook, Dave Spadaro. Self Scout brought to you by Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. Thanks for joining us.